What's up, yogis? My name is Camille, this is Tamal, and welcome to BODHI. We're gonna do a 30-minute flow called the spice that you need in your everyday life. Let's start on our backs. Coming to a comfortable shape that feels good for you. You can bring your feet together, knees apart like Tamal is doing, or you can have your legs extended out, arms just fall by your sides. Wherever you are, let's just close our eyes, begin to settle in. Inviting whatever thoughts begin to flow into your head, just flow right out the other side. Allowing your day just to roll off your shoulders. Or maybe if it's the start of your day, just not even worrying about what's gonna happen, what you're gonna do. Let's just think about the next 30 minutes that we have together. Let's take a big inhale through the nose to hold. Open up the mouth, let it go. We'll do another one of those. Big inhale through the nose. Pause at the top. Maybe sip in just a little bit more air. Open up the mouth, let it go. This time, big inhale through the nose to hold. And we're gonna keep our lips sealed as you slowly exhale out of the nose. Maybe tapping into your Ujjayi breath. Think about getting each inhale and exhale nice and long and equal in length. Wherever you are, let's begin to move our fingers and our toes, bringing in a little bit of life back to the body. Maybe roll out your wrists and your ankles. And I invite you to take a full body stretch. Let's extend those legs out, reach those arms up and overhead. Big inhale, get long. Keeping the body nice and long, you're gonna begin to reach your arms over towards the right top corner of your mat. Maybe you let your left arm reach over your right, and then begin to walk your feet towards the right corner of the mat as well. Maybe you cross your left ankle over your right, creating a nice banana shape, creating a line of energy here all the way from that outer left pinky finger all the way to the left pinky toe. Again, maybe you get nice and long, feel like you grow an extra rib or two with every inhale. And let's make our way through center. We'll find this on the other side. So begin to move that upper body towards the left side of your mat. And then you begin to walk your feet. Maybe your right ankle crosses over your left. Giving ourselves a nice wake up stretch. And let's come back through center. Maybe you take a stretch through the middle. Big inhale, get long. And when you're ready, you're gonna bend your knees, grab the backs of your thighs. You're gonna begin to rock up and down on your spine, but we're gonna rock up to a boat pose. So you'll find the space where you balance on those sit bones. You can keep those knees bent, feet flexed. Maybe you keep your hands supported on the back of your knees. Maybe you reach them forward towards the front of the room. The core is beginning to turn on. Belly button draws up into the spine. Think about pushing the shoulder blades down your back. And then we're just gonna lower everything about 6 inches from the mat as you extend out to a canoe. Try not to drop those shoulder blades completely down to the mat. Feet are hovering a comfortable distance. And let's come back up, boat pose. Ugh. We got a couple of these coming our way. Let's lower, hover the body. Come back up, boat pose. Lower and hover. Bring it back up, boat pose. We're gonna hold here. Let's maybe try to straighten our legs out if we can. Maybe arms reach up towards the sky, adding a little bit of extra spice to the pose. We're here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Keep your arms above your head. Let's lower everything. Stick about a couple inches from the ground. We're here. Maybe you flutter kick your feet for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, let it go. Pull the knees into the chest, give yourself a press. We have one more little ab workout to get our practice started. So we're gonna keep our knees bent, but I want you to stack your knees perfectly over your hips and allow your shins to come up to the level of your knees. Arms are gonna come down by your sides, and think about pulling your shoulder blades up. Tamal knows this one, he's made me do it multiple times. You're just gonna begin to fan your hands down towards the mat as you crunch. Maybe you lift your hips up with every crunch, make it a little bit harder. And we breathe. You're here for about 15, maybe 20 seconds. We'll see how nice I'm feeling. Stay in your breath. You're almost there. We're just getting warmed up. Last one for 3, 2, 1. Let it go. Pull the knees into the chest. Maybe you rock from side to side. When you're ready, let's grab the backs of those thighs. We'll rock up and down on your spine. This time we'll pass seated, come all the way through to a downward facing dog. Lift those hips high to the sky. Do whatever you gotta do here to make this place feel like home. Maybe you walk those feet out, sway those hips from side to side. Once you've gotten all the moving and the shaking out of the way, let's find some stillness. Let's close our eyes. And I want you to begin to see if you can bring a little bit of awareness to each part of the body I begin to mention. Let's start with our hands. See if you can lift all 10 of your fingertips up off the mat, grounding down through the circumference of your palm, and then one at a time, setting down each knuckle and fingertip, expanding your grip on the mat. Your inner elbow will shine forward. Triceps wrap back. Shoulder blades pull apart from each other. This is called protraction. It creates a wrapping feeling around your upper rib cage. Your spine is nice and long. Think about lifting your inner hip creases up towards the ceiling. Sit bones get a little bit higher. And allow the heels just to disappear behind our toes. Nice. When you're ready, let's inhale, roll forward to a high plank. Stack the shoulders over the wrists. Let's pause here. Let's lower down to a low push-up. Allow your chest to hover towards the ground. Elbows tucked back. Push back up, high push up. Exhale, down dog. We got a couple of these coming our way. Let's inhale, roll forward to a high plank. Let's push down, low push up. Push it back up. Exhale, hips get high. One more. Inhale, high plank. Lower down to hover. Push it back up. Exhale, down dog. Let's find a full vinyasa. Let's roll forward to our high plank. We lower down through our chaturanga. Inhale brings your back bend of your choice. Exhale brings your downward facing dog. Let's inhale, get high onto the toes, find a slight bend in the knees, gaze towards the top of the mat. Inhale, exhale as you walk, maybe float to the top of the mat. Inhale, we lift, we lengthen. Exhale, we bow, forward fold. Inhale, arms sweep up overhead. Exhale, prayer through heart center. Arms will fall before they rise. Inhale, we reach. Exhale, we bow forward. Inhale, we lift, we lengthen. Exhale, we chaturanga, walk or float your way back. Inhale brings your Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Adho Mukha, hips will lift. Let's inhale, reach the right leg up high to the sky. Lead with that right inner thigh, toes pointing down towards the ground. Take a big inhale. Exhale, tap your right knee to your left elbow, twisting underneath the belly. Inhale, we'll reach it up and back. Exhale, we'll twist and tap. Inhale, we reach. Exhale, we twist, we tap. 15 seconds on your own. Keep it moving. Again, breath with your movement. Doesn't matter how many reps you get in, I just want you to focus on your breath. Maybe you skip it all, you don't want to do it, that's fine. All I ask is wherever you are, just keep breathing. We'll meet with the leg up and back. Inhale. Exhale, bring your knee to your nose, just to step it through top of the mat. Get nice and light on your fingertips. Let our arms reach back towards the back of the room. Allow your chest to hover. Let's inhale, come all the way up to crescent, lift our chest. Exhale, we're going to reach our arms back, lower and hover again. In sync with our breath. Inhale, we lift. Exhale, we lower, we hover. Inhale, we lift. Exhale, we lower. Last one, inhale, lift. Exhale, we lower. Keeping your chest hovering, just reach your biceps by your ears. Arms reach towards the front of the room. Allowing those glutes maybe to begin to turn on. We cook, we just sit, just for 2 more breaths. Let's drop that left hand down to the inside. Right arm is going to reach all the way up. Let's find a twist. Right arm reaches towards the front of the room. Let the bicep hover about 1 or 2 inches above our ear. Get that back leg nice and strong and straight. About a 90-degree bend in that front knee. And begin to pop up onto those left fingertips. Get nice and light. And then you're going to reach your arm back up to a T position. And as if I took your hand and I'm pulling you up, I want you to come all the way up to a twisted T, arms, perfect, towards the right side. If you're feeling comfortable, maybe you take your gaze towards the back of the room. Inhale, let's just reach our arms through center. We'll find crescent pose. And let's bring our hands to prayer. We'll begin to lean our chest so far forward, our back foot will lift up to a warrior 3. Take your time getting into this posture. It's not supposed to be easy. Allow yourself to be a little bit challenged, maybe pushed out of your comfort zone. Grounding down through that right big toe, back foot is flexed. We'll gently find a bend in your standing leg. Step all the way back to crescent. Arms reach just for an inhale. Exhale, let's get out of there. Hands come down, step back, chaturanga, we flow. Inhale, we lift. Exhale, brings our downward facing dog. Let's inhale, reach the left leg up high to the sky. Get nice and long. Toes pointing towards the ground. Let's take a nice big inhale. Exhale, we twist and tap to our right elbow. Inhale, we lift it up. Exhale, we tap. 15 seconds on your own. Find your movements, find your breath. We'll meet with the leg lifted back. Inhale. Exhale, tap your knee to your nose, just to step it through top of the mat. Let's stay high on the back toes, get light on your fingertips. Allow your arms to reach back along your rib cage, chest hovers over that front thigh. Let's inhale, come up to a crescent, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, let's lower, hover over that front thigh. Inhale, we lift, we reach. Exhale, we lower, we hover. Inhale, come up. Exhale, lower. One more, inhale, reach. Exhale, hover. Pausing here. Not much is going to change. Let's just reach those arms towards the front of our space. Maybe you allow your biceps to even go a little bit higher than your ears, still knitting in that front rib cage. Try not to let your chest puff out. Two more big breaths. And we're only going to set our right hand down to the inside of that left foot. Left arm is going to reach up, and then we'll reach it towards the front of the room. Let those fingertips get long. Think about with every inhale, you grow a little bit longer. Every exhale, you're trying to draw that right rib cage a little bit closer to your inner left thigh. Your right leg is nice and straight and strong, high on those back toes. Keeping our twist, let's just reach that left hand back up. As if I took your left hand and pulled you towards the back of your space, you're gonna come up, stay in your twist. Think about reaching those arms a little bit further apart from each other. And keeping your left hip drawing forward. As your right hip tucks back, think about the twist being through the center of your core. Inhale, we come through center, arms will reach up. Let's bring our hands to prayer. We'll find our warrior three. Let that chest begin to fall forward, back foot begins to lift up. Create a nice long line of energy through the heel of your right foot all the way to the crown of your head. Pushing down through that left big toe, keep your balance. Just a couple more breaths. Maybe you get a little bit longer. Let's bend that standing leg, step that foot all the way back. Inhale just for a breath, crescent. Exhale, let's get out of there, flow it out. Inhale brings your back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's take a big inhale through the nose to hold. Open up the mouth, let it go. Let's inhale, reach the right leg up high to the sky. Exhale, we'll bring your knee to your nose just to step it through top of your mat. Back heel spins down, coming up for a warrior one. So you can have heel to heel alignment here, maybe heel to arch. Think about squaring off your hips as your right hip kind of draws back, your left hip will draw forward. Your hips probably maybe won't actually get square, but the energetic feeling of pulling those hips to where they're supposed to be. Letting those arms grow taller all the way from the outer edges of your hips. Draw the shoulder blades down your spine. Let's clasp our hands behind our low back. Interlace the fingers. And then we'll pull the arms down. Take a little inhale. Maybe you drop your head back, find a little back bend. Exhale, let's fold to the inside of that right leg, humble warrior. Allow your head and neck to fall heavy. Think about keeping your shoulder blades in line with each other. Ideally, one day we think about the crown of our head touching the mat. And as if I grabbed you by your hands, pull yourself all the way up with those knuckles. Gently release without flinging, arms reach up overhead. Inhale. Exhale, let's open up to a warrior two. Stance maybe gets a little bit longer. Back foot scoots out. It's only pointing forward, maybe about 10 degrees. Arms are still reaching nice and far apart from each other. Draw the tailbone under the spine. Belly button draws in. Shoulder blades draw down the spine. And we're just gonna sit for time. Just a couple breaths here. Tamal is sweating, so I'm obviously doing my job. I love to see it. One more big breath. And let's get out of there. Cartwheel your hands down to the mat. Chaturanga. Maybe you skip it and just meet us to down dog. Wherever you go, just connect with your breath. We're almost there, y'all. Last side. Let's lift our left leg up. Reach. Inhale. Exhale. Draw your knee to your nose just to step it through top of the mat. Back heel will spin down just a little bit. Warrior one will come up first. Arms grow nice and long. You're still grounding down through the back outer edge of your foot, even though your toes are pointed a little bit more forward here. Grounding down through your front left toe. Again, left hip draws back, right hip will scoot forward. Think about squaring off those hips. Let's clasp our hands behind our low back. Think about the opposite pinky, opposite thumb on top. We'll take an inhale, draw the shoulders down the back, maybe gaze lifts. Exhale, fold to the inside of that left thigh. Draw the knuckles towards the sky, maybe towards the front of the room. Think about leveling off the right shoulder with the left. Crown of the head hangs heavy. And we breathe. And taking your time, leading with those hands, pull yourself up. Gently release those hands. We open up, warrior two. And again, we're just gonna sit here for time. So really take your time setting up your alignment. Allow that knee to stack over that ankle. Back foot is grounded down. Arms are reaching further apart. Maybe you close your eyes. Just a couple breaths. Notice if your front leg is probably burning. Maybe that left glute is on fire. Just stick with me, a couple more breaths. This is what spice is, right? It adds a little bit of heat. One more full breath. Let's get out of there. Cartwheel those hands down to the mat. Flow it out. Inhale, we'll lift. Exhale, we'll find that down dog. Take a big inhale through the nose to hold. Open up the mouth, let it go. Let's drop down to the knees, cross one ankle over the other. We'll bring the legs towards the front of the room. We're gonna find like a seated tree, but first I want you to maybe find your sit bones if you need to. Pull one butt cheek out, maybe you roll out the left thigh first, and then we'll take the right sole of your foot and place it on the inner left thigh. Inhale, arms will reach up overhead. Exhale, we'll fold towards your left leg. Allow the head and neck to get heavy. Allow yourself to begin to cool down. Letting the breath be long and slow. Notice maybe if your heart rate increased towards the heat of the practice. So we slowly breathe to bring it back down. Two more breaths. And we'll come through center. Let's switch our sides. Extend that right leg out. Pull the sole of the left foot in. Inhale, arms will reach. Exhale, you'll bow towards those toes. Keeping it nice and active here. That right foot should be flexed, toes towards the sky. If you can't grab a hold of your right foot to pull it back, that's okay. Just try to actively use those hamstrings, your calf, to flex those toes up. Maybe your hands are on the ground as you pull your chest forward. If you can reach your foot, obviously you want to use your hands, use that resistance, allow your chest to get a little bit closer to that thigh. Let's gently come up through center. We'll roll all the way onto our backs. We'll find bridge pose, so let's plant those feet right behind those sit bones, arms down by your sides. Inhale, let's lift those hips. Arms can stay planting down into the ground. Maybe you clasp your hands behind your low back. Maybe you take full wheel if you want to get a little bit deeper into your back bend. Wherever you are, we're breathing, lifting through those hips, grounding down through those feet. Lift your hips just a little bit more, and we'll let them down to the mat. And last but not least, let's find a happy baby. So grabbing the outer edges of those feet, drawing your knees down by your rib cage. Think about that little triangle that's on your low back. Think about gluing it into the mat. Maybe you rock from side to side. Give yourself a little massage on that low back. And let's pull the knees into the chest. Try to grab opposite elbows over your shins. Pull the crown of the head towards the knees. Let's take a big, big inhale through the nose to hold along with any stress, tension, anxiety, anything that's bubbling up to the surface, just for one more little breath. And let's let it go. Arms and legs get long. Allow your body to get heavy on the mat. And we've made it. Savasana. Allow this to be a place where you let go. It's over now. You can let your body just rest. Inviting a big breath through the nose. Let it go out of your mouth. And gently begin to wiggle the fingers, the toes. Roll out the wrists to the ankles, bringing a little life back to the body. Maybe you reach your arms overhead, find that full body stretch. And rolling off to whatever side is comfortable for you. Resting on your arm, pulling your knees to your chest. And coming up to a comfortable seat, whatever that looks like for you. And we'll meet with our hands at prayer heart center. Just finding a moment of gratitude for your practice. And take a moment to thank yourself for showing up on your mat today to take care of yourself physically, mentally, spiritually. Namaste.